A very good evening, everyone. My name is Payal, and I welcome you all to We Talk to You, a show by Puberty to Menopause, a public health awareness initiative by Human Biologicals Institute. Human Biologicals Institute is a division of Indian Immunologicals Limited, IIL, which was established by the National Dairy Development Board in 1982 as its unit and later registered as a company in the year 1999. Human Biologicals Institute was established in the year 1998 when Government of India requested IIL to produce a modern tissue culture anti-rabies vaccine that was to phase out the unsafe nerve tissue vaccine. The first manufacturing facility of HBI was established at Ooty. The facility is one of its kind in India to have rolled out first vero cell culture rabies vaccine in the year 2000. Subsequently, Human Biologicals Institute launched other vaccines, and currently we are the major player in human vaccines and leader in anti-rabies vaccine segment with presence in around 60 countries. With three state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities at Ooty, Gachibowli, and Karkapatla, HPI has forayed into the clinically proven wellness products and infertility range of hormones. Our vision is to shape the global healthcare by spearheading the One Health initiative. Our mission is to innovate, produce, market products and services to improve and extend lives. We believe in providing affordable products with high quality through continuous technical innovations and improve need. As a market leader, we feel very proud for sharing our green initiative by introducing eco-friendly packs of our flagship brand Abhirap and Abhirap PF, reduce the plastic burden by 160 tons per annum. As an organization, we take our corporate social responsibilities very seriously, either it's adoption of government schools, where IL is providing infrastructure and basic facilities, including help in the midday meal program, or through our gift meal program in association with NDDB. Many children from Telangana and Tamil Nadu are benefited. IL has also recently donated oxygen generation plant to TIMS in Hyderabad. These are few of our many corporate social responsibilities. For more information, you can also log on to www.indumin.com. So, puberty to menopause (P2M) is yet another social responsibility of Human Biologicals Institute. And through our show, We Talk Do You, we talk everything about women's health through leading experts of our country, and we address various health topics which would help public in general. So today's topic is another. I would say sometimes it's considered as a myth. Many accept it as a reality. So we have our special guest with us today who can help us to know more about it. So today we are going to talk about andropause. See, hormone changes are a natural part of aging. Unlike the more dramatic reproductive hormone plunge that occurs in women during menopause, the sex hormone changes in men occur gradually. Sometimes it's known as andropause very generally. Many think it as male menopause. So, is it really is it a myth or it's a reality? Let us understand it from our special guest for today's show. I would welcome Dr. Kameshara Sharma, consultant andrologist, director of Puja Fertility Center from Vishakhapatnam, and Dr. Vaibhav Vikas, urologist from Agrawal Super Speciality Hospital, Gaya. It's a pleasure to have Dr. Kameshwara and Dr. Vikas with us, Dr. Vaibhav Vikas with us today. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us and We Talk to You today.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. So, without a further delay, Dr. Kameshwara, please take us through this word andropause, what exactly it is, and why should our audience know about it? And is it becoming very known these days, or according to you, does many don't know about this? Please enlighten us, Dr. Kameshwara.
Yeah, at the outset, I would like to say, Mrs. Payal, the thing is, it's a very good initiative for public awareness
Thank you.
by biologicals. That's number one. Number two is, you have already mentioned briefly regarding andropause. You said it's a myth because changes happen gradually, unlike in females, where there is almost like abrupt cessation of the menstrual periods and all in females. Whereas we should understand one thing. Actually, the aging process itself. Aging process itself is it takes us through a lot of things. First of all, initially, every human or for any organism for that purpose, it takes some time to mature. For maturation, it is taking some time. After maturation, there is nothing else but deterioration. There is a brief period of plateau that appears like plateau, but there is a deterioration. Like that in humans also. Up to 21 years, there will be like skeletal maturation and many other tissues all mature in human beings, in males especially. In females, the maturation takes place a bit early. And after 30, once it is completely matured male, then after that, the male hormone testosterone and other things they fall 1% per each year. Each passing year, you will lose testosterone by 1%. 1% we cannot perceive the changes. See, if you donate 1 rupee or 1% of your money to someone, you may not be able to know it on that particular day. But when it comes to decades, then you will know. I mean, then people will know. See, after 20 years, see, after 30 years matured, after 20 years, there is two decades more, then he will lose 20% of his hormones. So people will start knowing about it. So there is something I'm losing. So am I reached like cessation, or am I reached something like am I a man further? These questions do arise in the mind of a man. But the thing is, aging process itself is irreversible process. So there is nothing much we can do about the reversibility of the thing, but we can do something to delay the progress. You can always do some workouts, do some lifestyle changes, maintain healthy diet and all. You can delay the progression of aging so that aging process itself can be slowed to some extent. By this means, andropause, if at all it exists, we can delay the process. By what means I've already mentioned, you can take a prudent diet. If anyone can access Google, anyone, almost everyone can access Google now. If they type prudent diet, it contains so many things, what's to be taken, what not to take, and all. Smoking and alcohol they accelerate aging, and diabetes itself accelerate aging. Nowadays, one more thing has come: new age smoking. That is sitting for long times. If one sits for hour or two at a stretch, that means it is almost equivalent to taking one or two cigarettes he smoked. Like it is something like so. Exercise is mandatory for every human being, more so for males. Male has to maintain his muscle mass, or else he will lose his testosterone, especially thigh muscle and all. Especially the thigh muscle is directly related to, directly proportional to the testosterone levels. So one has to maintain good muscle mass, do proper diet, do exercise, and then he can delay the process of deterioration of hormones so that and function.
Great.
So
Dr. Kameshara, I'm really sorry. I really sorry for interrupting you. I think this lifestyle modifications that you're just mentioning, I think we need a specific, time, especially from you to understand more in detail about it. So before we get into the lifestyle modifications, I would request Dr. Vaibhav to like he said, andropause, if it is there, if so sometimes what happens these days, because of various lifestyle factors, it may occur early in males. So are there any kind of symptoms, Dr. Webber, that a male can understand if something like this is happening with him? Please.
First of all, thank you for invitation, Mrs. Payal.
Thank you, sir.
So, Dr. Kameshwar has already mentioned about the like what's andropause and in rough sense, what's the incidence. Coming about the symptoms, like what a patient can perceive before uh, getting into that, or what we call in females, like what is perimenopausal
Yeah.
symptoms. Similarly, in males, before andropause, patients like men can feel that they are entering into a
Okay.
andropause. Mostly it happens about around I think about 40 years of age. It begins beginning of andropause. So the most important symptom is the low sex drive, that men can feel less interested. Then coming to the erectile dysfunction can happen. There may be less erection, or there may be not at all erection. Okay. Second is loss of muscle strength. There may be central obesity. Belly fat may be deposited. There may be gynecomastia, or what we call in layman language is man boobs. Like there may be fat deposition around the breasts. Third is patient can feel easily fatigued. There can be mood swings. Patient can easily go into depression, or there may be irritation. He can get easily irritated at the family members, and the family members can feel that this behavior was not there before, 2 3 years ago, and they may be saying that he's getting too much irritated nowadays. Another thing is that the skin texture may change. It may become a thinned out. There may be dryness or shriveling, or it may be looking like our skin looks in winters without using a
Moisturizer.
moisturizer. Yeah, yeah, exactly like that. There may be like body fat. I have told hot flashes may be there.
Okay.
Increased sweating may be there. Fatigueness may be there. So these all are the symptoms. A patient may feel that he is less energetic in terms like he's doing work and he's very easily getting fatigued. Normal work also he is not able to do. So these are the symptoms. Men can understand that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Vaibhav. I think
Yes,
you, yeah, yeah, Dr. Kamishra, you wanted to add something here.
yeah, the thing is, yes, Dr. Vaibhav has rightly mentioned about all the symptoms, but most of the things, the patient himself doesn't know.
Ah,
It is
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's the
yeah.
point.
by the family members. They say that, I mean, especially the wife is ready to recognize all this. She says you have low sex drive, and she says you have erectile dysfunction,
Yep.
and these kind of things. But in an understanding wife, yes, she says. But occasionally we come across few wives. What they think is this guy is performing somewhere else, and he is not performing at home. That is one big misunderstanding can happen between the couple. And when this man, after a hectic work, he comes back home, takes dinner and sleeps. He doesn't perform anything. So what happens is this wife thinks he is performing somewhere else. He is tired and he is sleeping, not performing here at home. That is one big misunderstanding that can lead to marital disharmony. So can sometimes go up to level of divorce. So these symptoms we have to understand and we have to educate the couple.
Okay. Now, Dr. Kamishra, coming to this point, having said this, you mentioned about the hormone, the specific hormone, let's say testosterone in male, and does it, the depletion of testosterone, is it the major cause of menopause? And also, we would like to know that, in a similar way, like how, in case of premature depletion of ovarian reserve in female, that affects the fertility in women. Does this case in male, premature occurrence of andropause, does this affect the sperm quality or the fertility of male as a whole? So we would like to know something on that.
Yes, yes, you are rightly told. This premature reduction of the testosterone levels that we call it as LOH, late onset hypogonadism, or premature androgen deficiency in an aging male. Whatever, Adam, there are so many words are there, but what is important is testosterone is very much vital for the production of the sperm. That is
Yeah.
important. not only to maintain the sexual drive and secondary sexual characters and other sociability. He has to be he has to mingle with people. That drive also comes down when the testosterone is low. And one more thing, this sperm production is also affected, but it happens in 40s. So mostly by the time he might have completed his family. But due to some reason, if he has not completed, definitely this will affect the fertility status also.
Okay.
What I can mention. Yes. Anything else?
Yeah. So yes. So thank you for letting us know about that. So one very important thing that both of you mentioned, that you know many men, they don't know, or they don't accept this, that they are undergoing the symptoms of andropause. So Dr. Vaibhav, according to you, um, does all men they get into andropause, or according to you, how many as per you, how many of them, or in general, what kind of percentage do we see these days that males are undergoing premature cessation of, or occurrence of those symptoms that you had said?
No, 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 not at all. Means all men don't go into andropause, not at all. Around, we consider that 30 to 40% of men in their 50s are already in andropause. 30 to 50, 40%. The rest, 60 to 70%, they are okay. And talking about if we go about more diversity about the percentage, then you may consider that in less than 70 years of age, like around 40 to 70 years of age of people, around 3 to 5% people experience andropause, and more than 70 years, around 20%, 25% experience this andropause. Roughly, its average around is in their 50s, 30 to 40%.
Acha. Okay, all right. So, Dr. Kameshwara, like in day in and day out, you meet so many couples, and you help many men to understand about their fertility ratio, and you help a lot of people out there to actually get the bliss of parenthood. So, Dr. Kameshwar, according to you, is there enough awareness about andropause among men these days? And is there any help available to men to understand more about this? As per you, what do you have to say in this?
The thing is, awareness is not very much there in the public. Especially the younger generation, they think that males are okay till their very old age. But the present generation, they are in a dilemma whether to listen to their elders or listen to see the Google. Google provides vast information that confuses them a lot,
Okay.
and don't know what to do. So actually, one more thing is, when these symptoms occur, whom to consult they do not know.
Huh.
Whether to consult MD General Medicine or MBBS, or his friend will tell first. First doctor is his friend or neighbor. He will tell something. Then they won't go to Dr. Kameshara or Dr. Vaibhav immediately. They take some time. Occasionally they reach us. Only 5% of the people who experience the problems will take professional help. This is one thing. And rest of the people will go to quacks and all. That is another thing. And help is readily available with us. We can always test the hormones, either total testosterone or bioavailable testosterone, and depending on those levels, and depending on the symptomatology, and depending on the requirement of the patient or couple, we can treat them properly. There are so many preparations available, testosterone preparations, and some are available freely, some are expensive. So depending on the patient's choices, our preference, and the budget, all these things put together, we start testosterone replacement therapy. But we can start testosterone replacement therapy only in those cases who have already completed their family.
Okay.
If there are some children, we don't give depot testosterone repeatedly. We can give 1 or 2 doses as and when necessary, but we should not continuously give testosterone, because that will suppress the internal production of the testosterone.
Okay.
So the help is readily available with us, but how many patients will seek is the question. So this is how we need to spread awareness among the general public that they have to take medical help when they find some problem with the either erection or other things. This is
Great.
important.
So I think today's program, I really want to thank both of you for coming to our show and actually talking about this topic. I'm sure many people must know about this, and a lot of people who will be watching this video today and will be watching it in future. They'll get to know a lot about andropause, and I'm sure that will help them to come forward and actually seek help. Thank you so much for that. We are left with a very important question for both of you. Meanwhile, I would like to request all our audience who has joined us live today, if you feel this particular topic will help your friend, family, relative, I would request you all to, please share this video with them so that they get benefited and tune in. We have a very important question coming forward and response from both the doctors, and we are also open to questions. So if anyone from you have any questions you would like Dr. Kameshara and Dr. Vaibhav to answer, please do put it in the comment section, or you can also inbox to us. We'll get the response by the end of the video. Thank you. So now coming to the action, what exactly people should do, especially, I mean, males should do certain changes in the lifestyle, fact, certain improvements in the day-to-day life, so that the symptoms that Dr. Webber mentioned can be delayed. So we'll start with Dr. Weber first. So, Dr. Weber, any modifications that you would like to suggest our audience today?
See, the most important lifestyle modification is to avoid sedentary lifestyle. Sitting idle, sitting sedentary is the most leading factor for causing this andropause. Men must engage themselves, mostly like when people have not retired, when they are working, okay, they are running here and there, they are going office, they are coming back. But after retirement, don't sit down, don't sit back and relax. People generally say their old people's children say, okay, papa, now you have retired, just relax, sit back and relax, we'll do everything. No, that's not the thing. Okay, let the children take the responsibility, but you must engage in physical work. Like simplest physical work in your house is gardening. Do your hobby, complete your hobby, do gardening, just go for walking. We do not suggest running in the old age, but you can just go strolling, meet your old friends which you have not contacted for so many years, or you have lost touch with. And second is to decrease your weight, because obesity is a main factor for andropause. So the weight loss is a must. You must undergo weight loss.
Thank you, Dr. Weber.
Sir can add in.
Yes. Dr. Kameshwara, please, we would love to hear some lifestyle modifications from your side.
Yes, yes. Dr. Vaibhav rightly pointed that exercise is must for every human being, and that too more so for males. And one more thing is diabetes control. You know, diabetes is the one which accelerates aging process. You know, a 30-year-old man can look like a 40 or 50-year-old man in case of, I mean, when he is uncontrolled diabetes. So if he has diabetes, he has to take proper treatment as well as exercise. That will help. This is one more suggestion. And as we rightly mentioned, every human being should have minimum 4 to 5 friends. Those who can he can confide with. That is one thing. Of course, if they are girlfriends, even better. I can't say this publicly, but whatever. So, friends are very much important to maintain our youthfulness for long times. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kameshwar and Dr. Weber. That was a very insightful and discussion that we had today about andropause. I'm sure many would know a lot about this topic after this video. And with both of your permission, we would like to take up certain questions that are coming in our comment section.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I would first like to go with the question from Mr. Moitra, is that some kind of food that can help to delay andropause? Dr. Kameshwara, would you like to take this question?
Yeah, the thing is, food actually, food doesn't matter. One has to add a fruit every day. One should be more vegetarian rather than non-vegetarian and avoid fried foods. Especially on the street fried foods, they use the oil repeatedly, and there is unwanted substances accumulating in the oil. So avoid fried foods. Better use more of vegetarianism. And if they want to consume non-veg, seafood is better than chicken or mutton. Food has its role because what one man consumes, so he is. So vegetarianism and taking one fruit and avoiding junk is all that is necessary.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kameshwara, and thank you,
I,
Moitra. Yes, Dr. Vaibhav.
I would like to add, andropause causes also the bones may become brittle. It may cause osteoporosis. So it's a very must to have a dairy product daily. And best dairy product is milk, nothing else. You can take, you can go for curd, you can go for paneer, anything. But nothing is better than milk. Milk, a full glass of milk, around 300 ml to 250 ml to 300 ml per day for each and every man is a must. Must, you must take it. And if possible, take almonds.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for answering that question, doctors. Um, we have one more question from Mr. Smruti. What are the impacts of andropause on heart health?
Yeah, can I take this
Yes, yes,
question?
please, Dr. Kameshwar.
The thing is, heart health is very much related to the hormonal function as well, not only in females but also in males. So, how to keep the heart healthy? We have already mentioned to like one should have a healthy lifestyle, having friends, all this. But occasionally, one has to undergo the checkups also. They have to consult a cardiologist and get the checkups done. And how this andropause and the heart relation, it's not directly related, but it is all indirectly related. So one can avoid by being good. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kameshwara. Okay, so we have a question from Mr. Manikanta. During andropause, do people talk more and be specific, like talking about the same thing again and again to get satisfied? Probably he is trying to ask whether stress and anxious issues is does that becomes a part of male who's undergoing the symptoms of andropause. Dr.
Uh,
Vaibhav, yes.
see, yeah, see, the thing is that it's not actually directly related to andropause. The thing I mentioned is about mood swings. There are mood swings. People may become suddenly they may be jolly mood, they may be in depression mood, and it's related to something like not directly related to it, but they may feel that people are not paying attention to them. And that's why they must be repeating their things so that people may give attention to them. Anxiety, as you mentioned. So it's not a direct relation to enterprise.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Vaibhav. Thank you. There's a question: how long does this stage last? Any particular age? A question by Mr. Rajesh.
There is nothing like how long it lasts. It lasts till one lives. If we live for 90 years, we have to live old for 20 years. If we live for only 70 years, that is a different thing. So it's not like that. It is how long we can maintain ourselves young is the question. That depends on the factors already we have mentioned, repeated. Okay. Do
Thank
you
you,
want to?
Dr. Kamshar. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Weber, for answering our questions. I really thank all our audience who have put their questions on the comment section. Thank you. If you have any more questions, please do write to us. Please do inbox it to us. We'll ensure we get the well answers from both the doctors. Thank you so much, Dr. Kameshwar, and thank you so much, Dr. Weber, for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you for your time. This was really wonderful, and we had a great time discussing with you today. I'm sure many who would be watching this video would love to know more about it. I hope they read and they share this particular video with their friends, family. So we together create awareness about this topic as a whole. Thank you so much. And I really thank our audience who have joined us live today for your questions. Like I said, if you want us to talk on such topic, more topics, please do write to us on www.puberty2menopause.com. We would love to answer your questions and bring more such topics to you through We Talk Do You. Till then, thank you so much. Have a great evening, everyone. And anything Dr. Kamesh and Dr. Weber would like to add before we end the show for today?
Yeah, I can say one thing before leaving, it is all about sleep. One has to sleep adequately before it functions his regular activities. So one has to go to bed according to their convenience, say 11 o'clock or sometime 11:30 in the night, and get up by 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 6 to 7 hours adequate sleep will help, followed by
Yeah.
exercise. And one more tip I want to give to the aging men. In the early morning they have their hormones in their perfect position, so they can plan their sexual activity in the early morning, say 6 o'clock, and followed by exercise, then breakfast, then go to their work, and whatever they want to do, they can do. This is the tip at the end I want to mention. Dr.
Thank you.
Weber wants to add something, it seems.
No, no, all the things you have mentioned, sir. Rightly mentioned. Actually, the testosterone level is highest in our blood in the morning between 7 to 11. So that's the right time when the elderly men who have entered andropause and they may be feeling the highest sex drive in the morning only. So that's the right time for your married life, so that you can enjoy that. All the best.
Thank you, Dr. Weber. Thank you, Dr. Kameshara.
Okay,
Thank
bye
you.
bye. See you.